welcome to Mrs S Craft Corner. I'm Nicola, I'm the maker behind Mrs S Craft Corner. I live in Nottingham with my husband and our two boys, Oliver who is 10 and Joseph who is 8, and our dog Finn. Yeah, so welcome to the podcast. Thank you for coming back again if you are. It's a bit surreal that so many people have subscribed. I mean, it's a drop in the ocean to someone like the Crazy Sock Lady, but I'm blown away with how many of you are here, so thank you, appreciate it. So first thing is what I am wearing, which if you've seen the previous couple of podcasts you may recognise. It is my Advent flax. Hold on. Yeah, so it was finished a few days ago and has been blocking. I didn't stretch it out at all, but I don't know if you can see, the sleeves are massive. So I'm going to wear this today just to see how I get on with it, because I might rip back the cuff and a bit further and then do the rip back the cuff and then a bit further and then redo the cuff here to make them a bit shorter, because I'm not sure if they're a bit too oversized. But the rest of it I love the fit, it's nice. Can't quite get high enough so you can see the length, but I decided to stop this on day 14 rather than the day 15 that the sleeves were. So if I did rip back the cuff, it'd mean that they both finish on the same colour, so it'd be a bit more cohesive. But yeah, it's really nice. So this, I use the pattern of the Flax Light from Tin Can Knits, but I held 2 strands of yarn together instead of just 1 strand of the 4-ply, so I went up a needle size. So I knit the size that would have given me 1 inch positive ease had I been following the pattern properly, just because I did want it a bit oversized. Yeah, so it's held with 1 strand of Filcolana Arvetta in the medium grey, and then the other strand is from the Fibre Fox, the advent calendar that I got in 2022, and it's a fade of jewel tone colours. And I've used just over half, because obviously there's 24 colours, and I've used 14 and a half colours for it, and it's got some gold stellina in the advent calendar. I'm not sure the camera will pick it up. I think it's just picking my face up. I can't know. Yeah, so it's got a really nice subtle shimmer to it, and it's lovely and dry. It's made a beautiful fabric. I love the fabric. It's just the sleeves. We'll see how I get on. So moving on to my other finished objects, because I have 2 more. I was really close to finishing these last week, and they are my scrappy Beauty and the Beast socks. So it's cast on 64 stitches on 2.25mm needles, 20 rounds of the 2x2 rib for the cuff, and then I've done 4 rounds per colour for each stripe, and then a heel flap and gusset, just a slip stitch one, and this, the neutral colours Filcolana Arvetta as well, and then the wedge toe. And I finished these, I think, within an hour or 2 of finishing the podcast last week, and I've been itching to wear them. And so I'm going to put them on now, because normally if I finish socks I will wear them straight away, and it's been a bit weird that they've been finished for a week now and I've not been able to put them on. So yeah, I don't know if... Oh, there. Nice socks. And the Beauty and the Beast stripes that I've done are from the Lonely Knitter, and that's from her monthly mini skein club type thing that she's doing, where 1 month they're inspired by Disney and 1 month they're inspired by Marvel. So obviously I got the Beauty and the Beast ones. But yeah, it's just, there's no pattern really to it other than the striping. So it's just a vanilla sock. Yeah. They're socks. I don't know what else to say about them, but they're, yeah, nice and soft. I don't have sock blockers, so I don't block my socks because I just wear them straight away and they just go on my feet, so I'm not too bothered. But that's those. And then my next finished object wasn't even a cast on last week. And I had mentioned that I wanted to make myself some, but they are the customisable fingerless mitts. Using one strand of Ducky Darling's The Lilac Cottage. I'd got, she was having a sale I think about a year ago, and yeah, it was a really good sale, so I picked up 4 skeins of this colour. So I have got a cardigan in this colourway, and these were the scraps left over, and then I've held it with one strand of the Vilcolana Tilia, I think it is the mohair. Yeah, and they're lovely. They're a bit worn because I did wear those out. We went for a dog walk in the snow, and so they got wet through, which is why they look a little bit worn around the edges where they were on my hands. But yeah, I love them. Knit on 3.25mm needles on Magic Loop, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry, but the only difference to the ones I've done before is I normally do the 3x1 rib, a plain stockinette section, and then 3x1 rib, but I've tried it all the way up 3x1 and then straight from the thumb increases into the 2x1. Yeah, so that's those. They were finished in a couple of days. Yeah, and they're really nice. Lovely and soft. But yes, so that's it for that one. So now we will move on to my works in progress. So the first one is a brand new cast. Oh, there's only 2 that I've got with me today because there's only, other than the mitts and the socks, these are the only 2 things that I've been working on. But I cast on my stone crop from Andrea Mowry. So this is how far I've got, and it's got some lovely textures. There's some bubbles at the top, some colour work, pearl details, and then I'm about to go into more bubbles, the bubble section again down here. Yeah, I've never made a fingering weight jumper. There's always a part of me that feels like it's going to be a bit too thin, and that's why I end up holding it double, just because I don't want to put all that effort in and then for it to be see-through. But I'm going to trust the process and hope that blocking fills it in a bit. Although when I hold it up, I don't think you can particularly see my skin through, so it should be okay. And following the recommended ease, because it says from from 2 inches negative ease up to 2 inches positive ease, I believe. And based on the sizes, the only one that fell in between that was knitting the 3rd size, which is a 37-inch bust. So it should be 1 inch negative ease, but we'll see. I've never really done one that's quite so form-fitting, so we'll see how I get on. And there's just short rows at the back to bring up the neck. And this one is just to mark where I started. There's a 64 row chart, so that's just where I started the chart. So I know, but I've just downloaded the Knit Companion app on my phone, and it's really good. So it highlights the line on the chart where I am, and every time, like if I come off and go back on, it holds it there for me, so I know exactly where I am. Which, I'm a whistler, so I always panic that I've skipped a row, so that's putting my mind at ease, so I know exactly where I am. I didn't gauge swatch because I'm normally far too impatient to gauge swatch, so we'll see. I normally, as I'm knitting, I'll then measure the work that I'm working on just to see if it is on gauge or not, and then adjust it if I need to work to a bigger size or a smaller size, or just carry on. So I would probably need to do that. But for this I am using, this is the one that's attached, but I'll get a fresh one so you can see the label. No surprise, Filcolana Arvetta. And this is the dark navy colour, which looks almost black to me, but it's really nice. And then I am using, the colour work is this one. So it's nice, like petrol-y. Come on, focus. Focusing. That is by Somerset Yarns. It's the colourway Sea Glass, and it's superwash BFL, which is Blue Face Leicester, and then nylon. Yeah, just really nice. Some really beautiful colours in it, and I love it seeing it in the colour work. That. Just love how effective it is. And actually it looks a lot closer to the picture of Andrea Mowry's one and the one that she's wearing, which was an accident. I didn't quite mean to make it look quite so similar. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because it's a lovely jumper. But yeah, so that they are being knit on 3.5 millimetre needles. With those ones I've lost a stitch. Okay, nobody panic. And that is in this project bag, which I won, not the year, so it'll be doing 2021 with Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful. She did the Strictly Sock Along, and I won this project bag, which we don't know who it's made. The person who donated it for a prize wanted to remain anonymous, so I don't know who made it, but I love all the little vintage sweetie jars. I think it's very cute. And then also along with it, the little badge from Annie. Yeah, along with that it came like a scissor case and a needle minder case and things like that. It's really lovely. So that is that project, and then the next one I have is again in my winter one from Tea Cake and Make. I think I've got like 3 or 4 project bags, so it'll be the same ones over and over again, so I apologise. But yeah, so that's the label again if you've not seen previously. And these are just some West Yorkshire Spinners socks in the Robin colourway, and then I've done a pop of red on the top and a heel, but that is, where is that? No, that's the wrong label. I don't have the label for it. It's like, oh, it's over there. 1 second. Yeah, I got this in Christmas 2021 from my husband. It was a pack of 4 different sock yarns from the Stylecraft socks, head over heels, and it's just the red, called Rudolph. Yeah, so that's what I'm using for the heels and toes, and the pop of colour at the top, and then it's the, I've got that label. It's so scuffy, the West Yorkshire Spinners. Robin. These robins are my favourite birds. They always have been. They remind me of my Nana because they were her favourite bird. And so whenever I see them, it's like, good morning, Nana. And I had bought this yarn to make myself some robin socks a few years ago, but my husband finally decided he would let me make him some socks after me pestering for ages, like, come on, let me make you some socks, because he doesn't like to wear socks generally. If as soon as he's home he takes his socks off, but he did ask for some, and the robin ones were the only masculine type colour that I had, so I donated it for his socks just so that he could see what it was like to have hand knitted socks. And now he has got a few more pairs, and it's just taken me a while to buy myself the yarn again to make myself some robin socks, so we'll have matching ones. Although if I just hold it up, this one, don't know, can you see there's red speckles on some of the other stripes. Now I don't remember that being the case on the ones that I made for Rob, so I don't know if they've changed the way that they're making the robin colourway now to have the red speckles. I mean, it looks really nice, I like it, I'm not upset by it, but I just, yeah, I don't know. You tell me, has it changed? Does anyone else have red speckles, or is it just I've got a faulty colour and so it's unique? But we'll see. So that again is on 2.25mm needles. I use a 9-inch circular. I like it. It's just, you just knit them round and round, and it's really quite mindless. 64 stitches, 2x2 rib. But I've not done the leg as long this time. So I've done the 20, including the pop of colour. It's 20 rounds for the cuff, but it's only 50 rounds for the leg, because I had worked it out that if I'd done it to 60 rounds, it'd have gone, the red heel would have been with the red stripe, and because they're not quite the same red, I think it'd have looked a bit dodgy. So I just did it a slightly shorter leg so that it's more middle, and I think that's quite nice. I've just finished the gusset decreases, so now I'm back to just knitting round and round for the rest of the foot. Yeah, so that is that one. I haven't worked on the baby blanket this week, I think because I was quite eager to get this finished, and then I was quite eager to get my socks finished, and then I wanted those gloves, so I just followed the dopamine, if I'm honest, which is what I've been needing. Yeah, so that's why I've not brought that to show this week, because I've made no progress on it, so just showing the exact same thing over again. Like literally not even done a stitch. But I have got a couple of acquisitions, and this is because I've done the sample knit of the shawl, the Ava shawl for Helen of Giddy Knits. And so part of that, for knitting it for her, she gave me a voucher for her shop for some more yarn, which is very nice, and I may have added a little bit extra on just to try and get the most. But the first thing that I picked was this lovely beautiful yarn. It's the colour of the month colour for November for last year, and I'm a November baby, and so I had to get it. I mean, that is very bright, but I think it will look lovely, and I love the colours in this main scheme. Like, just look at all those lovely speckles. Isn't it gorgeous? So yeah, that's superwash merino, 75%, 25% nylon for both of them. Let's see, let's look at my green speckle. Can you see that? Is it there? I'm losing things now. Yeah, so they'll be nice. They are obviously going to be socks for me, with them being my birthday month. And then I spotted that she had a different sock base of the 80% superwash merino and 20% bamboo. Apparently you can use these for socks as well. So I wanted to give them a go, because I thought, oh, bamboo's quite soft, merino's soft, so they're going to be some really lovely squishy socks. I mean, it's a much more softer type of yarn. I don't know. Can you see what I mean by the, like a bit more fuzzy if you hold it up next to each other. So it's plumper, and this is the birthday party colourway. It's a nice minty blue colour with some lovely speckles in. I think I'm in that kind of mood for those kinds of colours. And I thought it was fitting with it being called birthday party and it being my birth month colour of the way socks. So yeah, so I've got more socks planned coming up. But yeah, so how pretty are those? So that's it for acquisitions. I knew I wanted to cast on the cowl pattern that I showed last time from Tellybean, but when I weighed out the leftover yarn that I had from the Ava shawl, there wasn't going to be enough meterage in the last few colours, so it wouldn't quite work. So I need to rethink what I'm doing there, whether I need to buy some more yarn or have it all in one colour. I may even alternate it, because I've got a few of, so the grey from this, I have 2 of those left, so I have 100 grams, then plus the 3 little odds and ends from the 2 sleeves and the body left over. So I might alternate that with another colour in between, so like grey, other colour, grey, other colour, grey. But it's figuring out what I'm putting it with. I may, one second. Oh, right, I'm back. So this is the light grey, well, medium grey that was on about. And then the 3 bits of mess that I have left over from my flax. Then I remembered I ordered this skein in the January sales from Bird Street Yarns. And that's the colourway Poppy. 75-25 superwash merino nylon, and that's a really beautiful pink with some like aubergine purpley speckles and stuff. And I think if I held them two together alternated, oh, I've either decided, or I also got this in the January sales, and it's from Biff Sugar Yarns. She sells on Etsy. And this one is, surprise surprise, Belle's Library. Honestly, sucker for anything that's to do with Beauty and the Beast. Again, superwash merino. So it's got the lovely reds, greys, some gold colours. It's really pretty. And that'd look quite nice together as well. But I really wanted some socks out of these. But there probably will be enough to do both, we'll see. I don't know. Which do you think would be better as the Tellybean? I'll put a picture of the Tellybean cowl that I'm on about making. And do you think it'd be better with the Belle's Library and the grey, or the Poppy and the grey? Yeah. Help me make decisions. Not very good. So yeah, so because I didn't have enough of the mini skeins, I didn't cast that on, but I imagine I may cast it on this week with these 2 colours. Because part of it as well, with the pattern, because I'd purchased that pattern, she sent out a code to get the DK version of it, and I'll put a picture of that one here. And it's beautiful. I love the 2 colours that she's used, and it's like, looks like it's a Donegal Nep cut base of like a reddy raspberry colour and then a pink. I really want that one almost exactly the same, so that may sway it if I have a pink and red one, although one's pink and one's red. So either way I'm going to have 2 slightly similar cowls. It doesn't matter, they're both beautiful and I want to knit all the things, so we shall see. Yeah, so a little bit of life update. Yeah, so I was hoping for a better week for Oliver, which it was starting to get there. He had some appointments and things throughout the week, and he managed a half day at school on the Thursday. But then he has a feeding tube because he's lost a lot of weight, and on Thursday night, after his nighttime feed, feels like I've got a baby again, he vomited that up, so we had to ring daycare the next day to go in and have that refitted, but they'd said his platelets were low, so he needed a platelet transfusion before they could fit the NG tube, because it could cause nosebleeds and the platelets are what clot up the blood. But he spiked temperature, and so he's in hospital now since Friday whilst they're waiting for the cultures to come back to see what it is, because his temperature went up to 39.2. Sorry, you could hear the father-in-law downstairs, and I find it quite embarrassing that I'm sat up here talking to a camera. So yeah, his temperature is 39.2. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but normally he's supposed to be around 36.6, 36.7, so it spiked quite high. So had to stay in and have paracetamol and some antibiotics and stuff. The first set of cultures have come back as nothing shown, so hopefully he should be out this afternoon. So once I've finished filming this, I'll pack up the memory card and take it to do the editing there whilst we're waiting to be told we can come home. And then he's back in again on Tuesday for his next cycle. So yeah, never ending. I'm not sure if I'll get to do next week because it's his long cycle, which normally means it comes out on the Sunday. So depending on whose night it is on the Saturday night, I may not be able to get to film, or I'll just film it early so it's ready in time. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks so very much for watching. It is truly, truly appreciated. I'm blown away, like I said, by how many people are watching and how many people are subscribed. Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming. I was expecting there to be like 1, possibly 2 people who would watch, and then it'd be a massive flop. So thank you very much, and thank you for everyone's kind messages and well wishes. Yeah, thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Bye.